Good afternoon, and thank you for clicking in today on the ETBU Sportsnet at GoETBTigers.com. We're live once again from CC's Pizza in Marshall, Texas for ETBU Extra. Hello, I'm Mike Midkiff, voice of the Tigers. Today we'll talk Tiger baseball, Tiger tennis, Tiger softball, and just anything to do with Tiger sports. Hey, we might throw it in. Like, first of all, we want to say congratulations to two Lady Tiger softball players. This week, the American Southwest Conference has honored Lacey Lindsay as co-hitter of the week. And as pitcher of the week, again, Shelby Parker. And, of course, the Lady Tigers are finishing up their season with a weekend series in Alpine this week in Silver State. We'll talk more about Lady Tiger softball with Miranda Westbrook here in just a moment. Last night at the ETBU Athletic Banquet honoring four-year seniors, a great evening to honor players who are student athletes at ETBU. Some of the big major awards last night. The Top Tiger Fan Award went to Debbie Rogers, who works as the Director of Campus Services at ETBU. She is one of the biggest supporters of Tiger athletics in all sports. And also congratulations to the Top Tiger Award, which is the highest athletic award bestowed by the athletic department. The top female, Shelby Parker from Lady Tiger softball, and the male recipient was Junior Mitchell from Tiger basketball. Right now we're joined by head coach Jared Hood of the ETBU Tigers. And Coach, finally, for a change, we don't have to talk about rainy weather because you had a series Monday and Tuesday against Mary Hardin Baylor with the weather perfect for baseball.
Yeah, we had nice sunny days and, good weather. And luckily we got the games in last night before a little shower came in. So, it was good to see.
Well, last night at ETBU in the Phillips Great Room, they held the athletic banquet, and one of your baseball players, Kirby Moore, was honored at the American Southwest Conference Scholar Athlete Medal of Honor. It's nice to see one of your players get an award like that.
Yeah, absolutely, especially an academic award. Kirby's one of those guys that you never have to worry about how hard he's working or what he's doing or if he's taking care of business or not. He's one of those guys that actually hardly ever needs a coach around him to tell him what to do. He's an outstanding individual, and he's going to do some big things when he gets out of college.
I noticed at the game Tuesday when I was out there, his grandfather was up in the stands. His grandfather lives here in Marshall. He had an uncle that played for ETBU, Mark Moore, and I think his father might have, I don't know about his father or not. Anyway, the Moores have a big tie to ETBU, so congratulations to Kirby. He's a senior from Minden, Louisiana, transferred in here from Centenary when Centenary went from a D1 school to NCAA Division III. So glad to have Kirby here in his final year as well. Well, let's talk about the Tigers and the three-game series you had with Mary Hardin Baylor. I talked with athletic director Kent Reeves late Monday evening, and, well, let's just say the breaks did not go your way in games 1 and 2.
We've got to compete. We had UMHB on the ropes a couple of times, and against good teams, you can't give away free outs, you can't give free base runners, all that stuff that we did. So, the big thing for us is to continue to compete, and these kids to go out and to battle with the opponent. And whenever you get them down, you've got to finish them off. And so we're still learning to do that. Monday was a tough test for us, and then came around back Tuesday. Played a solid 9 innings of baseball, got the lead, and managed to put them away.
In games 1 and 2 of the series, Mary Baylor, you lost game 1 7-6, lost game 2 4-1, but finally on that day you got to hold the James Morgan Memorial Alumni Day. And,
yes.
And I saw a picture on the ETBU website. Just if I was a crying man, I would have cried because James Morgan died in a plane wreck about a year and a half ago, and and of course he was a Tiger baseball player, well respected in the Marshall community. His son Kipton was the picture that I saw on the website. He's standing behind the screen. He's got his dad's number on it and watching baseball. Yeah. And what a beautiful picture to have him there and to be a part. He also threw the ceremonial first pitch.
Yeah, the way I envisioned that day going was exactly how it went, other than the fact that we didn't win. But the way that we honored the family, we honored James, and also Connor Combs, it was picture perfect. Everything went according to plan, and and it was good. The family had a great turnout, and it was a very, very good day. So, but yeah, I mean, as soon as I saw that picture on Facebook of Connor on deck with the number 16 there and Kipton up on the fence wearing the number 16. I sent that to Connor, and I told him, I said, these are one of the few pictures that you make sure that you get blown up and you frame on the wall and you cherish this forever, because in competitive athletics, that's what it's all about.
And of course, I can't get into the head of the little child, Kipton, but man, what a memory for him.
Absolutely, absolutely. He was all about it. You know, he was up there, and as soon as he got that ball in his hand, he was ready to throw and ready to go, and he did a good job. So hopefully we can continue to have him out there every year to start the series off, and we can continue to remember James and to honor his family. What a special day.
Of course, Connor Combs is the one who wore James number 16 this year as a memorial to him. Tell me about the process for next year in selecting one.
The process will start over as soon as our fall season starts, when we get into our workouts and our practice. It'll be announced at our first team meeting, the criteria for this award and what's to be expected of this person, and it'll all be measured out throughout the team during the fall season, and at the end after our outside date of competition, we'll have a vote within the team to see who gets to wear that number again.
Visiting with Jared Hood, head baseball coach here at East Texas Baptist University today on ETBU Extra, live from CC's in Marshall. We'll get the buffet and drink for just $5 as we broadcast the show live each Wednesday. Actually, have one more show of the year. It's next Wednesday. And Coach Hood, I'm looking at the remaining games on your schedule this weekend. You travel up to Arkansas to play Ozarks, single game on Friday, doubleheader on Saturday. Then you finish up the year May 1st and 2nd at home against Louisiana College. And as I was looking at the standings before I came out to CC's today, I see you at the number 6 spot. But wow, you got teams in front of you and back. You, top 8, make the conference tournament. What is your mindset as you head into these final 6 games of the year?
The only mindset that we can have is one game at a time, because absolutely every game matters, especially because you've got teams that haven't played the same amount of games, and the standings go off winning percentage. So any time that we can get a win, it's going to be huge. Also, any time that you get a loss, it's huge. So we've got to take it one game at a time. The good thing is we control our own destiny, and you always want to be in control of your own future. You never want to go into a weekend hoping that somebody else loses 3 games or this team takes 2 out of 3 or whatever. So as long as we're controlling our own fate, I feel pretty good about our chances.
I asked you, have you looked at the standings yet? Of course, I know you have. And I said, have you figured it out? And he goes, no, we just got to take care of business, and that's exactly what you got to do. You're on the year, you have a season, a record of, I had it written down here right here, and I've just lost it in front of me. I know that you're in conference play. You're 7-14. You're 15-16 on the year, I think.
15-16.
15-16. That's what it was. Tell me, as you head into these last 6 games, as a coaching staff, what's your plan to help these players stay on task? They've got finals they've got to get through and things like that. There are students, there are athletes, but as an athlete, they want to compete and make the conference tournament.
Well, we've absolutely got to compete, and it's for me. It's all about because this senior class is a very special class that we have. These seniors, especially the ones that have been here all 4 years, they've seen 3 coaches. Okay, and for these guys to stay in this program, to stay at this university through all of this transition is very special, and it's something that you're not going to see a lot of the times. And so for me, I owe it to those seniors to give everything that I have to continue their career one more game, okay? And what I've been telling the underclassmen is that they owe it to these seniors to extend these guys' careers one more game. Because as you look at it, when you get down to the wire, unless something happens, somebody's got a chance to go play pro ball or something like that. They've got 6 games of guaranteed competitive baseball left in their career, and that's a scary thing. So, anything that we can do to extend these guys' careers at least one more day in the sun, that's what we're going to do.
Top 8 teams make the American Southwest Conference post-season tournament, the championship tournament, with the winner of that tournament with the automatic qualifier into the NCAA playoffs. ETBU sitting around the 6th spot right now, and as Coach Hood has explained to us, if they keep on winning, they're guaranteed to be in there, and that's how you want to see, to control your own destiny. I was at the game briefly yesterday in that win against Mary Hardin Baylor, and as I was seeing you in the dugout and your other coaches, I kind of want to help me kind of explain to the fans who come to the park to kind of see something that happens behind the scenes. Where do you strategically sit in the dugout, and where do your other coaches sit? And of course, each one has different responsibility during the game. Kind of give us an insight of what's happening on the coach's perspective as you're sitting on the bench and your team's playing.
Well, for me, in my perspective, about a thousand different things are going through my head at any given time. And I'm not much of a sitter. I'm more of a pacer. But my responsibilities as the head coach is to manage the pitching staff, to make sure that everybody, as far as matchup goes, and the lineups as far as matchup goes, everything that is on par and everything is in our favor. Also, I position the defense depending on what we feel that the tendencies of the hitters are, our pitch locations, things like that. Coach Palmer does a good job calling pitches during the game. Coach Seibert's kind of our dugout guy. He goes over tendencies with our hitters as they come up to bat. Kind of talks through mindset with our players. And Coach Peterson, he also works with the corner infielders during the game to make sure that they're lined up where they need to be, and coaches first base for us. So if there's any time that we look calm and collected and everything like that, we're probably putting on a good act. But it's a good system. We've got a good staff, and we do a good job.
Now, you mentioned about tendencies of players. I noticed recently, I read in a story about Major League Baseball how they're really going to computer analysis, and they're really doing some crazy lineups on defense now in players. Does it get that deep at American Southwest Conference level?
To an extent. When you talk about Major League Baseball, they've got a lot more data that they're picking from. I mean, they play 160-something games a year. So with us, it's only 40 games a year. So they've got a lot more data to analyze than we do. And when you go that deep into it, you can definitely see tendencies with certain players. And we can too. We can notice all the time that hitters on the other team, they ground out to the right side and fly out to the left side, that type of stuff. And but we do all we can to get the head, ahead of the game, and so we do the best we can.
I know in high school, my sophomore year, I kept the pitching chart on batters. Do y'all still do that? Do you still chart pitches
Absolutely.
and where they hit the ball at in the zone and all that?
Absolutely.
All right, just kind of curious how deep they continue to do that in baseball to keep other players. Visiting with Jared Hood, the head baseball coach of East Texas Baptist University. Got a weekend series in Arkansas to play Ozarks. Friday's game is 2 p.m. On Saturday, doubleheader, 1 p.m. start for Game 1, and Game 2 starts approximately 30 minutes afterwards. Coach, any final words before we allow you to continue to eat your lunch here at CC's in Marshall?
Come out for the weekend series at Louisiana College at Woods Field. We've got Senior Day coming up. Come out and honor these seniors, these guys that have been here for 4 years, that have stuck it out through the program, stuck it out with the school, going to get a degree from East Texas Baptist University. And really a special day for those guys.
Coach, thank you for your time. Cheated you a game a while ago when we talked about your season record. It's 16-17 and 7-14 American Southwest Conference play. Currently in 6th place. Top 8 teams make the championship tournament at year-end, hosted by Concordia, Texas this year. Well, coming up next on ETB Extra, live from CC's in Marshall, Texas, we're going to talk Lady Tigers softball with one of the senior players, Miranda Westbrook. That's coming up next on ETB Extra, live from CC's Pizza on the ETBU Sportsnet at GoETBTigers.com.